was created for this. Yeah, I've been waiting on this. I taking my shot, I won't miss. Taking my shot, it's gon' swish. I know this is God's plan, I won't quit. This is His plan, I won't quit. I was created for this. Yeah, I've been waiting on this. Second guessing is over. I'm getting closer. Every door that was shut, heaven is open. Closed captions on every word spoken. Watching my words cause I'm chosen. And I cannot fail to commit. This is my time and I know it. I gotta show shine brightest in the moonlight. Shine brightest in the nighttime. Been waiting on my time.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, we will be discussing Mars entering into Gemini happening tomorrow on Saturday. I'll actually be posting this on Saturday, so yeah. And so it'll be there until September. This transit is important because Mars is the ruler of the North Node, and that's our destiny, fate, where we're moving towards, and all that other stuff. And so this is going to be a pretty big activation towards, you know, our purpose and mission in life, both personally and collectively. And so wherever your Gemini area of life is highly activated and it has something to do with your purpose and mission in life. The signs that will feel this the most is obviously Gemini, because it's Mars is in Gemini, and Aries and Scorpio, because Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio. And so at the inception of this, as you may be aware, is coming right into that Capricorn full moon that we're having on Sunday. And so Mars, as soon as Mars enters Gemini, it's going to trine Pluto in Aquarius. And so I feel like this is going to feel like a massive transformation, and some kind of breakthrough from wherever you've been feeling stuck, blocked, in any way, shape, or form. Because of the Taurus transits, right? And I have talked about that briefly in the weekly reading, but essentially, remember what you learned from Taurus, because we are in a massive retrograde. And so I see this as like, Mars entering Gemini is like, as soon as your foot hits the floor, you're going to want to, go. And Jupiter's in Gemini, it's going to expand this idea. But I think we should remember to keep putting one foot in front of the other, because if you try to rush and push through and it's retrograde season and it's not time for that, well, I think the bigger purpose to all of this is the negative side of Mars and Gemini, which I'll get into. The more mature thing to do is to continue on your path one step at a time. Remember, this is not a race, right? And so really take your time and think things through, learn and educate yourself to the capacity that you can, but not overdo it, right? Don't over commit and under promise. Stay on your slow and steady pace, you know. I do think regardless, we're going to get more creative on how to fuel that energy, consume that energy, or better yet, because we're talking about Mars, take action towards these types of things. And that's okay. Just remember to be, grounded about it. On the world stage, any kind of blocks and setbacks, I think are going to be more so about division, right? Mars is about cutting things out and separation, to keep people infighting. And with the Saturn squares to the Gemini energy is like, to keep you confused, to put you against one another. This could even start a war. I hate to say those types of things, but there's something that they're trying to hide. Saturn and Pisces, hidden things, right? Things happening behind the scenes that they really, really, really don't want us to know. And so let's just assume that the powers that be, Saturn, people in control, are going to manipulate media. Pluto in Aquarius, Mars and Gemini, media. Pluto is the manipulation, Gemini is the media, to keep us blind, because they are very aware that this is an extremely powerful time for the people, Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto wants to give power back to the people through Mars and Gemini, education, knowledge, and information, right? And so we're going to see a lot of confusion and people moving around and moving pieces to keep us in this lower vibrational state. Your best bet is to get outside, be in the sun, and turn off the damn TV. Turn it off. Just turn it off. Don't pay these folks no mind. Feed and educate your mind to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Because mental illness from that perspective is very real. And Mars is a war sign, as you know, has absolutely nothing to do with actual war or fighting or any of that. This is about strategic planning and strategy. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And these people are very, very good at doing that. And so in the places and spaces of your personal life and the places and spaces where you can control, it's always a double-edged sword whenever we're talking about Gemini. I mean, in general, it's a double-edged sword, but try to keep the peace with folks. Just listen, see where people are at, meet them where they're at, do what you can in those moments that are going to be helpful, teaching people where you can. And I don't even want to use the word correct, and I'm trying to be very careful with my words, family, because this is easily going to turn into an uproar. So you got to be careful not to fight with people, especially over things that are not true. if people aren't awake yet, just let them talk, just listen. If you care to have those kinds of debates with people, do it. If not, really focus on yourself and building yourself up and the people who already want to do those things, connecting and getting together with the people who already want to that's going to be your best bet. Because anything outside of that, honestly, um, it's just going to be all negative, right? And so let's get into some of that stuff. So Mars rules masculinity, action, passion, independence, courage, um, confidence, leadership, just to name a few things. And on the lower vibration, we're talking conflict, war, guns, violence, fighting, bloodshed, head wounds, um, yeah. And then Gemini rules siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, childhood education, learning, studying, teaching, reading, writing, any kind of training, but short term, right? Gemini is very surface level. And so small quote, small sayings, hello, hi, your basic introductory communication, or what we call elevator communication, right? The small things that you say in passing to others. If I didn't say communication already, communication, it's versatile, it's double-bodied, it's choices, it's options, it's decisions, it's changes, it's flexibility, it's intelligence, yeah. And so we'll be taking action, Mars, towards Gemini rules things. So taking action towards learning, communicating, travel, ideas, trying new things, writing, public speaking, or better yet, public debates, right? Like we already see that happening. But on the lower vibration of this is car accidents. That's what I forgot to say. It's travel, public transportation, cars, vehicles, errands, your neighborhood, your neighbors, community things, your local community. And so on the negative side of this is car accidents, issues with public transportation, delays. It could be construction with the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is construction. Mars is about digging, digging up the ground, digging up stuff. This could be digging up documents, emails, old conversations, recorded conversations, phone calls, text messages, especially when it comes to siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, neighbors, even children can get a little smart mouth here. Well, you said, they get you real good too, and they think when you think they don't be paying attention and shit, and they be coming back like, well, you said, oh, so you remember that, but you can't remember I told you to clean the house, or do your damn homework. Did you read your books? So this could be about summer learning and education, tutoring, things of that nature. This could definitely be about instruments, and doing stuff like that. But um, I do feel like on the lower vibration, we're gonna see car accidents from fast moving or texting while you're driving. So be careful with that. Um, use your handheld things, to do things properly. Or at the very least, again, go slow. Uh, don't be in a rush. Plan ahead. Uh, leave 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30, depending on, what you got going on ahead of time so that you don't feel rushed. Because this energy is going to be very, very, very fast. Very, 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 very fast. And Jupiter is expanding that. So this could be really, really big accidents, from rushing, speeding. Um, and with the Neptune square, this is alcoholism, addictions, and drugs. This could be gun violence, car theft, um, gang violence in the neighborhood, innocent bystanders with the Saturn and Pisces squares is like naivety or your blind spots, and so 9 times out of 10 when you're out and about, depending on where you live, you're not thinking about being mindful of those things. This is a time where you really might want to be mindful, of your surroundings, pay attention to what's going on. Um, and safety first type of things, especially with your kids. But really, this could be anybody. But when I think of innocent bystanders, unfortunately, I think of gun violence happening on the next neighborhood and shots get fired, even drive-bys, and a child or an innocent bystander gets shot. They have nothing to do with that. These are blind spots. Um, and innocent bystanders, especially if you're doing things in groups and events where there are a lot of people and parties and stuff like this. This could be pileups, uh, like accidents uh, on highways, speedways. Really, it could be streets, but because Jupiter can be highways, speedways, it could be stuff like that. It's also fire and heat. So this could be um, cars, vehicles catching on fire, even electronics burning out, maybe not actually catching fire, but burning out or having to get in like a new charge or something like that. Um, or overheating. This could be appliances overheating, burns, cuts, bruises, scrapes, fighting, right? Fists. This could be verbal fighting. It doesn't have to be physical, but Mars is physical. So this could be verbal that turns into physical. Um, um, I feel like I covered everything. So just be careful for going too fast. Speaking, fighting words, um, what you're saying and speaking. You just be careful. Think before you speak, which might really, really, really be hard. Somebody could take your quick-witted responses and things personal here with this information. This is again innocent, um, you know, petty small stuff being blown out of proportion. Um, and so just be mindful, just make sure you're in the right environments to be saying some of the things that you might want to say. Know your audience, you know. Um, check the room before you speak. Unfortunately, this could be a lot of merging of companies or apps having like backhand things going on. Like Facebook has a whole bunch of other different stuff that they could be merging in some kind of way, or other companies having to merge, or the uh, like connecting of other companies, partnerships coming together and things of that nature. There could be a lot of that kind of stuff going on here, because Gemini is a double body. So there's some kind of duality or coming together for a greater cause or lack of funds, which I think, funds are going to be getting cut, especially with the Mercury and Virgo stuff that people might find out they're losing their job or leaving their job. Um, a lot of layoffs and things of that nature. Um, this could also be stuff like getting fired due to an argument that breaks out, especially with the Saturn and the Saturn squares. So this is bosses, authority figures, people getting pulled over. Uh, and it could have just been a pullover, but because your mouth, you know, uh, it can get you into trouble. Or even like with bosses, they might think you're trying to one up them because you're smart, you're intelligent, you're quick witted, you have answers, you're on it, and they might think that you're trying to overshadow them in some way, shape, or form, and you kind of get blindsided with a notice a week later, like, oh well, we don't need you anymore, type of thing. So be careful. Um, again, check the room, like know your audience, remember where you are. um I really think that people are just going to have a hard time. It's going to be hard because we're going to be in the flow of this energy, especially if we think we're getting somewhere fast, which by the way, speed does not guarantee that you're getting somewhere fast. And Saturn square is going to be happy to show you that these are literal blockages, censorship. You're not smarter than me. People doing things intentionally again to block your growth, your ability to move up, uh, your breakthrough. Um, you know, they don't want this type of stuff to happen, right? So it could be that someone doesn't want these things to happen to you in your personal life, outside the government and the world and what's going on, right? And so, um, you know, I don't know why the Adams family just came to my mind. That was weird, but it is very Saturn. It's the darkness of the family dynamics here, but you know, um, that really just took me off. I don't know where that idea came from, but um, Capricorn was black. I think that was maybe, I don't know. Anyway, and so just be mindful. Uh, this can be very trickster energy, and somebody could feel the right that they have the right to shoot you for it, and you might not think it's that deep, but it could be. Um, or assassinate your character, you know, um, or you know, air out your dirty laundry. Now, granted, that dirty laundry may not even be relevant. It could be old and an old version of yourself, but these are the lengths that people could go through if they feel like you're trying to make them look bad in some kind of way. Um, So just be mindful of those types of things. Um, um, yeah, I feel like that's all I'm getting with that right now, family. So use your imagination. And so again, on the flip side to this is great for learning and education. It's probably going to be your best bet. I don't know if you guys remember a few videos ago, maybe even more than a few. Um, I was like, right now, it doesn't seem like things are that bad, but I don't think this is what I was thinking it was going to be, but I'm kind of really kind of now feeling like it is. We're not quite to Uranus and Gemini, but I've been doing a lot of the research, starting to do some research on Neptune and Aries, and I think anything happening from this point on could be that idea that I think if this is what I really think it is, um, depending on how much of that truth gets out, this could be like journalists coming out and like getting real lifetime truth so you can see the fake BS. So if you are into like watching the news and you can't help yourself, at least get truthful information, change and switch up who and where you follow to get these facts. That can be a breakthrough, you know. Gemini's flexibility to me and this energy is like a pivot. It's like I'm tired of seeing the same old, same old. You can flick through one channel and another channel, be like, yo, didn't they just say on this channel is this, or this information came out sooner and they're saying it's this? Like the Saturn squares are really illuminating, some kind of truth manipulation, censorship, fuckery going on here where you might be able to see so clear as day that they're trying to rock you to sleep. It's something that they don't want you to see, that it fucks you up in a way to you like, I'm never watching Channel 5 News again, I'm gonna go look for something somewhere else type of energy. Same thing in your personal life. Like you are gonna see people acting in a kind of way that sneaky can seem like I'm saying, you want to be vigilant. When you think like a soldier and you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware of people's behaviors and actions, right? You're very observant in this way, watchful, even mindful, even, but essentially you're keen, like you can see somebody coming with ill intent a mile away, right? And so, you know, you'll know to move or to make a move or to be like, I think it's time for us to go. This might be a good time for us to stop this and come back to it later. Things like that, more solution based, more strategic, strategy, family. Strategy is going to be so super, 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 super important to seeing the truth here, or you will be blindsided, especially on the days with those squares. And again, we'll do more stuff and talk more about that kind of stuff. And the weeklies, it could just be bad weather. Okay. It doesn't always have to be that deep. And that kind of can be a blessing in disguise type of energy where you was going to go somewhere, you end up not going because of the weather, or plans change or things change, or somebody changes their mind or schedules change, or you might just change your damn mind, right? This whole inception of this energy is literally like, I changed my mind. I was going to do this, but now I want to do this, right? And even that can piss people off and rub people the wrong way and kind of cause you some unforeseen problems down the line, so apologize, explain to people. That might not help, but at least with your conscience, you won't feel so bad depending on how big this thing blows up in your face after later, like, damn, I said I was sorry. So this is more so about covering your tracks, living in your truth unapologetically, but check your emotions and stuff like that at the door, and just know that it could come back up, right? People could be hating on you because you don't want to do something that you told them you was going to do, right? And it can lead to something bigger, more violent, more, crazy. So, just be ready for it. Um, this could also be being very overwhelmed from learning too much or doing too much, restless speeding around and stuff. This could be speed walking. That might be really good. Jogging, even riding a bike, because there's momentum with that. I think if you're just walking, it's good, but it might not be fulfilling, right? So jogging, speed walking, and riding a bike comes with some kind of momentum, and that might be better things to do at this time. Um, be careful for being easily distracted. Again, biting off more than you can chew. Um, a lot of activities on websites, social media apps, being adaptable to different situations and flexible, multitasking. So you can get stuff done while you're listening to some educational podcast or music or whatever you want to be consuming at this time, which is probably going to be some kind of knowledge or education. It doesn't necessarily always have to be, but I can almost guarantee people got the education bug, the learning bug. I want to learn. I want to try new things, new ideas. And so it could even be like podcasts on things that you're trying to change about yourself that you're listening to, like while you're doing other stuff. It's going to help you build some kind of habit or new routine or something, because it's, again, remember, this is connected to the North Node in some way, shape, or form. So something new is going to catch your eye that you might have to learn um, in some way, shape, or form. Now, this could be old things too that you're revitalizing, okay? Because Gemini is going to have a lot to do with that Mercury retrograde coming up. I don't think there's going to be any direct contact just quite yet. I haven't looked that far, but at least in the next, foreseeable that I can give some examples of at the moment, I don't think so. But just cautiously, because it's in the air. I do think that that there's some past stuff for sure that's going to come up with this uh transit, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Uh, it could be that you're cutting out past stuff too, to be quite frank. Uh, burning it to the ground, doing away with it. Like, don't want nothing to really do with it. It could be really, really, really future focused, new ideas, new concepts, new habits, new reasons for doing and being, and things of that nature. Um, we can learn more quickly, grasp new ideas quickly. Um, you might want short form things. I did say that, rather than long form. Definitely a lot of networking here, socially. Local stuff though. Doing the speed walking around the neighborhood wouldn't be too bad, and you can meet people. You might be more prone to meet people while you're out and about, or people just being more chatty, and this probably more than likely could be an interest. They just stop you on the street and be like, hey, how you doing, type of thing. It doesn't always necessarily have to be relational, but I'm pretty sure this will be more relational. It could be children, that bring the two together, or dogs, you walking your dogs and pets and animals and things like that. Those are always good um, uh, conversational starters. Um, um, the having the willingness to listen, um, and then parroting back what you heard for clarity. This way you can come up with positive, optimistic solutions. Um, again, documents, emails, might have to go back, or maybe you're cleaning, cutting those things out, burning it to the ash, to the ground. So making room, perhaps, um, maybe even doing some data cleaning on the laptops and devices and stuff like that, rescheduling old appointments that you probably put off for quite some time now. Um, this could also be the energy of craving to want to talk, curiosity, um, again, having options and choices to on things to do, places to go, and people to see. Um, um, being bored easily, the need for mental stimulation and exploration and adventure is going to be on fire. Uh, and then this is going to conjunct Jupiter and Gemini. And so again, it's just going to expand all these things and hot topics. Laws around cars and vehicles can be coming up here, debated or argumented in some way. Things about your IDs and vehicles. Just remember, that this is all about separation and blocking your growth. So whatever these things are, they're probably not going to be fun or exciting to hear about. Gun rights and laws, probably going to try to do away with those. Even traveling, where you can go, where you can't go. Some kind of blockages and stuff coming up around that. Just stay positive with whatever it is. Try not to let this stuff get the better of you to the point where it's causing issues and problems in your circle. Because this is about separation, and pulling people further apart. Because this is actually like low key a dope ass fucking transit, you know. Um, but unfortunately, just with everything that's coming up, uh, they want to be able to keep power and control, which they're just not going to be. And so, unfortunately, it's this could be that link that hits that gets us to civil war. Um, I don't think it'll happen right at this moment. I think they can announce the female president. That's going to cause some uproar, roars. Um, you might see people in power stepping down due to health or the safety, concerns. Or again, they just don't agree. I changed my mind. I don't agree with this law, because they know the implications behind it. And so their morality, Jupiter, can be like, I'm not willing to go that fucking far type of conversations, or a lot of backbiting and bringing up old documents and stuff about, oh, you're sitting here saying this now, but look at, I got receipts, nigga. You said this, and that now. So, you know, uh, this can turn problematic um, in those places and spaces. Uh, um, so, don't let others infringe on your energy. Protect it at all costs and be vigilant. Um, mm, I feel like I could say so much more about that, but um, I mean, essentially, the North Node wants you to be more independent, brave, and self-improvement. So those should really be your only focuses at that time. But even that can sound like separation. But remember, cuppeth runneth over. You can't do anything for anybody, and you're not doing anybody any favors if you're not good. So check in with yourself and then expand. That's the ideal here. This is also practice what you preach type of energy, right? So not just saying you're going to do something, but actually doing it and showing up that way. Becoming an independent thinker. So challenging what other people say, but it doesn't have to be between other people. Again, listen. Okay, this is what I heard you say. Well, let me take this information that you gave me and let me go back and do my own research and double check and fact check and things of that nature. In that kind of way. You want to kind of avoid conflict at any possible cause because it could cause some really radical responses to people that it might kind of throw you the fuck off, especially if you think you know somebody and you challenge them in a way that can seem abrupt and confrontational. You'd be like, whoa, I wasn't saying it like that. It's just, this is going to be the way we talk right now. We're going to be really excited and like, ooh, people are talking and your ideas are starting to flow, and so, again, I feel like I can say so much more about that, but I just think right now we're at a very, very critical point. And your best bet is to work on you and the people who are already down for you and building that bond like tighter than tight as tight can be. Getting on the same page, having family meetings, get-togethers, and talking about your plans and things that you want to do and future stuff, North Node stuff, your purpose and mission here, and working towards those things and who those people are going to be. You could even meet a lot more of those people at that time, especially the more you talk about it or manifest it, think it, write it. The more information and things that you consume, you will manifest those things into your life, gravitate towards that, and build on that. Yeah, so Yay's family, as usual. I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.